Welcome to our channel. Today we will discuss polity section previous year question from preamble of constitution. In preamble of constitution, question is the examine the relevance and significance of philosophy instilled in the preamble of the Constitution of India. That is asked in 42nd BPSC mains. This question have three parts. First, philosophy instilled in the preamble of constitution. Second, its significance and relevance. Now we will discuss one by one, then we conclude it. First, we start introduction. The preamble of Constitution of India is often described as the soul of the Constitution and the key of its spirit. It reflects the vision, ideal, objectives that guided the framers of Constitution. Constitution adopted on 26 November 1949. It come into force on 26 January 1950 and being with the powerful word, we the people of India. These words signify that the ultimate sovereignty lies with the peoples. The Constitution derives its authority from its will. Next, the preamble not only introduced the Constitution but also embodied the philosophy and value that form the foundation. In Keswanan Bharati versus State of Kerala 1973, the Supreme Court held that the preamble is an integral part of Constitution and reflects the basic structure, which cannot be amended or destroyed. Thus, it served as a both guiding light and moral compass of Indian state and its citizen. Now we come to the body part. The philosophy instilled in the preamble. The preamble declared India to be the sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic and republic, and set forth the objective of justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Each of these words carry deep philosophical meaning and continue to shape India's governance and national life. We will discuss one by one philosophy instilled in the preamble. First, sovereignty. Sovereignty. Sovereignty means the sovereignty implies that India is free to determine its own destiny without interference from any external power. It is both external freedom in the foreign affairs, internal freedom to govern within a country. For example, India's independent foreign policies, such as maintaining neutrality in Russia-Ukraine conflict, reflected its sovereign status. The principle of sovereignty is supported by Article 51, which promotes the peace and friendly relation with the relation while safeguarding national interest. Second, secularism. Secularism. The term socialism. The term socialism was introduced by 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976, but the spirit of socialism was already embedded in Constitution through the directive principle of state policy. Indian socialism aimed not at abolishing the private property but achieving the social economic justice and reducing the inequality. The Article 38, 39 Clause V, 39 Clause C direct the state to minimize the inequality in income and ensure equitable distribution of wealth. Policy like land reform, nationalization of bank, welfare schemes such as MG Narega reflect the socialist philosophy in the action. Third, third philosophical secularism. The secularism in India means the equal respect and protection of all religion rather than exclusion of religion from the public life. The state has no official religion and does not discriminate against in any faith. This ideal is seen in Article 25 to 28, which guaranteed freedom of religion, Article 15, which prohibit discrimination on the religious ground. The Supreme Court in SR Bhumoi case versus Union of India 1994 affirmed that the secularism is the part of basic structure of constitution. Secularism is part of basic structure of constitution. In practice, the neutrality during the religious dispute and celebration of all festival at a national level are reflection of the national Indian secularism. Fourth, democracy. Democracy. The democracy is the lifeblood of Indian polity. The phrase "we the people of India" indicate the power ultimately rests with the people. India's democracy is both political and social, ensuring the participation, representation, and equality. The Article 326 provided for a universal adult franchise, while Article 19, Clause A, Subclause A, granted the freedom of speech expression. The regular conduct of free and fair election by election commission, the functioning of parliament, and accountability of the government are all manifestation of this democratic philosophy. Fifth, republic. The term republic signify that the head of a state is elected, not hereditary. It emphasizes the political equality and political participation in the leadership. Under Article 54, the President of India elected by the Electoral College, symbolizing the republican character of our polity. It ensures that no single family or class monopolizes power. Now, third section, we will discuss the objective of preamble. The, pre- the preamble further outlines the core objective of the Constitution, that is justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity, which together express the ultimate purpose of governance. Justice, that is social, economic, and political justice. Thus, the Constitution is established to build a just society where all citizens enjoy the equal opportunity. The social justice is reflected in the in provision like the Article 15.4, Article 16.4 for reservation, economic justice in Article 38, 39, and political justice is in universal suffrage under Article 326. Liberty, the thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. The fundamental right under Article 1928 granted freedom, this freedom. Cases like Shreya Singhal versus Union of India 2015 have upheld the liberty of expression and cornerstone of democracy. Third, equality. Equality, status, and opportunity. Article 14 to 18 ensure equality before law and prohibit discrimination. The Indra Shahni case reaffirmed the balance between equality and affirmative action. Fourth, the fraternity, assuring the dignity of individual and the unity of nation. Fraternity promotes the sense of brotherhood across the religion, linguistic, and regional line. Article 15A, Clause E, call upon citizens to promote the harmony and unity. National integration during the crisis and natural disaster often demonstrate the spirit of fraternity. Now, the relevance in the contemporary India. Even after the 75 years of independence, the ideal of preamble continued to hold great relevance. In the time of the increasing social political division, the preamble served as the moral guidepost for the governance and the society. It reminds the governance to uphold the justice, equality, judiciary to interpret the law in line with the constitutional value, citizen to preserve the liberty and fraternity. Judicial pronouncements such as LIC of India versus Consumer Education Research Center 1995 reformed the preamble's ideal must guide all its action. In present time, the Debate over secularism, freedom of speech, social justice highlighted the needs of restart the spirit of preamble in practice, not merely in the principle. In conclusion, the preamble of Indian Constitution not a mere ornamental introduction. It is the philosophical foundation and the moral compass of the entire constitutional framework. It encapsulates the dream of framer and continues to inspire the nation toward the justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. The in the words of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the Constitution not a mere lawyer's document; it is the vehicle of life. The philosophy of preamble ensures that the vehicle continue to move toward the ideals of the democracy, social justice, national unity, making entire relevant to the process of India. This is the overall answer of this question. Now we discuss the keyword of this question. That's improve the question answer. First, we discuss preamble. In intro, we discuss preamble. Preamble is the philosophical key, embody the idea, value, and vision of the founding father. That is adopted in 26 November 1949 and come into force 26 January 1950. Declared India a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, and republican, and its objective is justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. In Keswanand Bharti versus State of Kerala case, uh, declare preamble as an integral part of constitution and is the basic structure. Philosophical insight in the preamble, that is the sovereignty, secular socialism, that is social and economic justice. Article 38, 39b, 39c, example land reform, MG Narega, right to education. Secularism, Article 15, 25 to 28, freedom of religion, and Article 15, provision of discrimination on the ground of religion. Democracy, Article 226, universal adult franchise. Article 19, Clause 1, Subclause A, freedom of expression. Republic, Article 54, president shall be elected on collegium basis, by electoral college. Sorry, by president shall be elected by electoral college. Objective of preamble. Objective of preamble: justice, social justice, economic justice, and political justice. Social justice by Article 15, Clause 4, 16, Clause 4, that is affirmative action reservation. Article 38 and 39, reduce inequality, and political justice. Article 226, universal adult franchise. Liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship, fundamental right. Article 19 to 28, Shreya Singhal versus Union of India, 2015, liberty of expression. Equality of all of status and opportunity. Article 14 to 18, Indira Shani case, balance between equality and affirmative action. And fraternity, assuring the dignity of individual and unity of nation. Article 15A, Clause E, to promote the harmony and unity. Relevance of in the contemporary India. The moral guidepost, judicial pronouncement such as LIC of India versus Consumer Education and Research Center. In conclusion, the philosophical foundation and the moral compass. Preamble is a philosophical foundation and moral compass. Dr. V.R. Ambedkar said, the Constitution not merely a lawyer's document, but is the vehicle of life. Thank you.